Datamines, welcome back to Alliance Briefing Friday, your weekly mission update to help your Alliance stay coordinated and ahead of the game. And this week we have had a massive news, some events, a blog, and a absolutely huge Datamine dump that has just happened, which is why this is a little later than it normally would be. And when I say massive, I mean massive. And if you want to know what that's all about, then you're going to need to join me in this video. And we had a huge news week in Marvel Strike Force this week. It began on the 2nd of April with the blog introducing Overpower. And this has had every content creator and member of the community talking. Now, Overpower basically is going to be forcing you in a way to build your characters to the highest level, especially for PvP content. Eventually, they say in this blog that it will be rolled out to PvE content, but basically this starts at character level 90, so Overpower ranks. There are 12 ranks that are going to unlock. Level 90 is the first rank, Gear Tier 17 is rank 2, ISO 8 Blue level 3 is rank 3, 95 is rank 4, Gear Tier 18 is rank 5, Blue ISO 5 is rank 6, Character level 100 is rank 7, Gear Tier 19 rank 8, Purple ISO 3 rank 9, 105 character level rank 10, Gear Tier 20 rank 11, and Gear Tier 12 is going to unlock at Purple 5, which is unobtainable at the moment, but that shows us that that is on its way. Now, something to confirm about this, and if you've seen any videos about this, you would already know, but basically the rank that your character will be at in Overpower will be at the lowest thing. So if you have a character that is level 100 and Gear Tier 19 but only Blue ISO 5, then your character will sit at rank 6. So to be able to get above that, you need to have your character at Purple 3 is my understanding on this. If you take the ISO right out, they drop all the way down. So just be aware, this is their way of trying to get everyone to build everything to the max as soon as possible, especially for PvP content. The bonus that you're going to get in this, there are going to be 3 tiers of bonuses, but only 1 tier is going to be unlocked at the start of this, and that is characters with 1 Overpower rank higher gain 50% damage and 50% focus. To allow players time to adjust, only tier 1 bonuses will be active at launch, and this is going to launch on Monday the 7th of April, so do be aware. They do say that strategy is still key, and I think this actually is them in a roundabout way saying that if you take the correct team into its counter on defense, then you can still win even with Overpower in effect. We will have to obviously wait and see. I am going to wait and see where this is concerned. I'm not going to lose my head on this. I do believe that, you know, people are going to say, oh, well, the whales are going to be the ones that benefit from this. And I do believe that in some ways at present, gear tier and levels just do not cut it, especially at the top end of the end game, in my opinion. And so this extra little bit is what is kind of needed. Did it need to be 50% damage and focus? Probably not, but only time will tell. So let's see what that brings. What do you think of Overpower? Let me know in the comments down below. And hot on the heels of the Overpower blog, we had a Starjammer stat update blog. They say they've been keeping an eye out for how Starjammers are performing in Cosmic Crucible while reviewing win rates, and we want Starjammers and where they want Starjammers to be. They've decided to give them a stat bump across the board for their health and damage. So Havoc is getting a 5% base health stat increase and a 8% base damage increase. Howard the Duck is getting 10% health stat increase, base health that is, and an 8% damage stat increase. Lalandra is getting a base health stat of 6% increase and her base damage of 10%. Groot is getting a base health stat of 20% and a base damage of 10. And Rocket Raccoon is getting a base health stat bonus of 20% and a base damage stat of 10. Do you think these changes are going to be enough? Are Starjammers going to have another update? Why not let me know what you think in the comments down below. And then today, before the blog went live, we had changes to Season 14 of Cosmic Crucible. And I didn't see many content creator videos on this. But basically, after reviewing some data on the recent Ultimate 32 tournament, we have decided to remove Stage 1 Glass Cannon and Stage 4 Take a Moment from Season 14 of Cosmic Crucible. We're replacing them with the following stage rules. Now, Glass Cannon was a heck of a lot of fun. I must admit, I really liked that stage. And I also liked Take a Moment. It did, cause some issues. And I can see why possibly people wanted this changed, why they are looking at it getting changed, because there were some really powerful teams that you could put in these stages, and it took a lot of your resources to take these teams down. And obviously when we are 3 wide and we only have 1 more room to beat with our rosters, that isn't too bad. However, stretching that over 6 rooms in total, that might bring a completely different thing to Cosmic Crucible, but time will tell. So they have replaced it with the following rules. Stage 1 is Hunting Sense. This is what we had last Cosmic Crucible, I believe. On defense and offense, striker characters on successful attack are going to apply bleed, and raider and skirmisher characters on successful attack, if the target has bleed, are going to perform an ISO attack against that target. Those rules are a little bit boring in my opinion. Stage 4, we're getting supercharged. On defense and offense, all characters after using an ultimate ability spread all positive effects to adjacent allies, and ultimate abilities are going to cost 2 less ability energy. That one might be okay, but again, we've had these sort of room rules where ultimate abilities cost 2 less ability energy, and the teams you face in them are just, they're so cookie cutter and sameish, it's untrue. So I don't think this is a great change. Why don't you let me know in the comments down below what you think of these changes to Season 14 of Cosmic Crucible. Don't forget also, there is no Cosmic Crucible this weekend. And whilst we're on that, we have had a care package, or the care package basically for Cosmic Crucible not going on, and all it was some battle pass points. Now, I am a little bit underwhelmed by this because, to be honest, I've already completed the current battle pass, so it actually does nothing for me. But also, the more important thing that comes out of Cosmic Crucible is the end rewards, in my opinion. Those gold training modules, those L4 training modules that you get from the Cosmic Crucible ending, those are the most important, and we're missing out on those this week. So Scopely, get your act together, get us some of those gold L4 training modules in our inboxes as a apology for Cosmic Crucible not being down. Also, diamond orbs would be really nice as well that we would get, and also the Cosmic Crucible store currency, which some of you will probably need, especially now that Miss Marvel Classic is in the Cosmic Crucible store to buy. And it's that time of the week for Signal Boost, where we boost the signal of content creators in the community. And this week we have a few videos that have caught my eye. The first one is from Updog. Links to this will be in the description down below. And this is Eternals meta versus Odin. But what this video is some updated counters in War. Go check this out. Updog and the other two guys who work with him do a hell of a lot for the War counter sheet, which can be found on the msf.gg counters webpage, which I will leave a link to in the description down below. So go and check that out. Go and check this video out as well. Now, this video was slightly earlier on in the week and Boylon brought this to us, and I want to thank him because I actually have done this in my alliance. The Chaotic Storm raids, unless you can consistently hit 75% completion, or the 70% completion, sorry, in the Chaotic Storm Omega raid, you are better off doing the normal Chaotic Storm raid. You will earn a lot more Gear 20 orbs, you will still earn the X coins and all the same rewards, and also this allows you to more easily and more energy efficiently get through those hard sections like bio and skill. So I'm going to leave a link to this video in the description down below. If you haven't already seen it, go check it out, give it a like, and if you don't subscribe to Boylon, give him a subscribe. And last but not least, we have Dorky Dad coming in with the 2025 Marvel Strike Force new player guide. Yep, Dorky has started a brand new player account. I believe he's also starting a alliance with 4 new players again, which he did last year. He did the Dorks Alliance and they're doing very well now. This has some brilliant cinematography in it. It is a very well put together video. I was watching him put it together on stream earlier on. So go and check this video out. And again, while you're over there, don't forget to give him a like and a subscribe if you have not already. All right, so last week this proved pretty popular, so I am doing it again, and I think it is a bit better than what it is presented in the blog. So next week we have April the 7th at 2 p.m. PDT. We have a new battle pass featuring Howard the Duck. Doesn't feel like he came out all that long ago and we already have him in a battle pass. This is really appreciated. Thank you, Scopely. Sword Battle Lab. This is a new sword satellite tower. So we'll go over that a little bit in a moment. And remember, Overpower is going to be implemented in the game on Monday the 7th. So expect possibly some of your arena battles to get a little bit harder come the reset on April the 7th. Wednesday, April the 9th, we have a Night of the Living poll, and I'm going to go over that in a moment. But basically, we are going to get to vote for the next zombie character that will come to us next October in Halloween, and there are some amazing choices to choose from. This is also going to be a blind vote, so unlike before where we have seen who is winning this poll, this will not be like that. The results are going to be hidden until the end of the poll. I am all for this, and hopefully this does, you know, makes these polls a little bit better than what they were. And Thursday, April the 10th at 2 p.m. PDT, we have Silver Sable becoming available. So she will have her offers available. She'll have a 675 Power Core Orb available, and that increased drop chance in the Red Star Orbs. So don't forget to pull your Red Stars for Silver Sable. And here is the characters who we are going to be voting to zombify. So we have Squirrel Girl, Cosmo, Kestrel, and Cable. These are all the characters that we are going to be able to zombify. Why don't you let me know in the comments down below which one you're going to go for. Personally, I would like to see an absolutely rabid dog going around in the game, so I will probably be voting for Cosmo. We also have the Twitch drops coming back next week. You're going to need to watch Twitch for 1 hour for 100 power cores. 2 hours for 2 million gold, and 4 hours for those 500 L3 training modules. Again, just to remind you, that is 35 minutes per day. So if you just go on to Twitch, put someone in the back, put a content creator who is streaming Marvel Strike Force in the background with the drops enabled, 35 minutes a day, you will be able to get to that 4 hours and all those training modules. Alternatively, you can go over to Twitch and take part in the community. It is a lot of fun a lot of the time, and I know there are a lot of people that do this on the daily anyway. So, Sword Battle Lab. Breaking it down really simply for you. There are 60 floors on Sword Battle Lab. 10 new lower floors. That's right, the first 10 floors that we have had in previous Sword satellites have been taken out and new floors have been put in their place. This is hopefully going to give the newer players a better experience, and we have 3 diamonds for Punisher and Elektra up for grabs for completing this Sword Battle Lab. I think there's probably going to be a leaderboard. Certainly in the Datamines, there was a notice to a leaderboard on it. Whether those diamonds for Punisher and Elektra are going to be the leaderboard rewards, I do not know, but that is what we have so far. And so we go into week 2 of the X-Man in Space events, and what does week 2 have in store for us? Well, first up, we have the main event, Mutants versus Zombies. This is going to kick off on Monday, the 7th of April at 2 p.m. PDT, or if you're like me in good old blighty, 10 p.m. BST. It is going to finish on the 14th of April. It is a 7-day event. We have the Alliance event, Crimson Storm. This is going to start on Monday, the 7th of April. It is a 6-day event, so it will finish on the 13th of April. And in that event, you're going to be battling in raids, collecting Chaotic Storm milestone points from the Chaos Storm raids, and collecting your Allied Supply 7 orb fragments from the web store. And hopefully that should be easy as it was this week. Your quick rumble next week is called Excellent. It is going to start on Friday the 11th of April and finish on Sunday the 13th of April. And next week you will be getting points for blitzing with Extreme X-Men. So let's take a look at the Mutants versus Zombies event. And there are a lot of inputs here, but realistically, guys, there are only 3 inputs for us free-to-play players. And completely honest with you, one of those is not worth doing more than what you usually would. So we have Play 1 War Battle. That is worth 5,000 points with a limit of 120,000. Earn X Coin Payday Orb Fragments from Sword. Now, I'm going to guess that's going to be either in milestones or on the nodes, or, you know, on the tower floors themselves, but they are worth 2 for every 1 orb fragment we get. Spending power cores at a 1-to-1 ratio. Blech. Blech. That is disgustingly awful, so do not be doing more than you need to with your power cores. And then we have the spender points inputs, which is blitz battles with Daredevil Modern at 5, 6 and 7 yellow stars, and blitz battles with Silver Sable at 5, 6 and 7 yellow stars. Ignore that 5 yellow stars, I just miscopied that there. And then open 1 Daredevil Modern Diamond Orb, which we had last week to do, or this week just gone to do, but this week or next week they are going to let you open 2 of those. You can go to the web and buy 2 of those Daredevil Modern Diamond Orbs to get yourself 30,000 points. And the reason why this is going to be pushed so hard is because this is a week 2 event, so it is a leaderboard event. Our known free-to-play total at current is 120,000 points. That's all I can tell you guys at the moment, because we don't know how many X coins are going to be on the Sword, from the Sword satellite. So the only input I can give you is the war battles. But come back on Monday when I do my event video and you will see exactly how far we can get for the most reasonable cost for us all free to play. And your to-do list this week will be to play 8 war battles per war, and to go to the web store to collect your daily free climb. Now, it goes without saying that also getting as far as you can in the Sword Satellite Battle Lab, or the Sword Battle Lab, is going to be important, as that is where those X-Coin Payday Orb fragments are going to be. But how important that is going to be and how far you're going to get, how much you're going to get out of that, we currently do not know. But those 120,000 points, where do they get us to on the event itself? Well, that gets us all the way down to milestone 14. So just doing the war battles will get you the month-long item, the Storm's Tiara. It will get you a ton of X coins. It will get you all the X-Men badges. We can probably think we're going to get to milestone 15. That's probably a reasonable sort of thought that we will get there with the free claim and the points in the Sword Satellite. But again, I cannot confirm that at the moment. So the best I can tell you is we are going to be getting the event item, and that's probably going to be, you know, a good stopping point for a lot of us that aren't going to do very well in the tower. However, there are leaderboards for this, and the top 4,000 players are going to be able to snag themselves a 1 diamond Scarlet Witch zombie. Also some Crimson G20 skill minis. However, I do believe that this is really quite reduced from what it was previously. Like, obviously the top isn't so much, but going down to sort of like the top 4,080 Crimson encoded data, I'm pretty sure that was a little bit more than, you know, a little bit more last time. The top 10,000 are only going to get 10 Crimson encoded data. That feels a little bit stingy, but hey, we'll see what happens and how contentious this leaderboard is. And now we are going to go down to the mines. And as I said at the start of the video, there have been a ton of data mines come out. Firstly, we have Fallen Dimension. This is coming back sometime soon. Commander Strike has received a distress call from a previously unknown pocket dimension. This unique realm appears to be one enormous city ruled by criminals and other villainous characters. After careful consideration, we have decided to authorize a mission to this dangerous reality, which we will call Fallen Dimension. Be on the lookout for this all-new pocket dimension coming soon. The minimum requirements are going to be requiring skill characters. Vigilante will be the best team for this event and are usable in all missions. All missions will require Vigilante or a combination of skill characters with other traits. Characters must be at gear tier 17, but recommended is gear tier 18 Vigilante characters. So if you have not already started building up your Vigilante characters that you do have, now might be the time to start. And here is a little bit extra about it. Fallen Dimension featuring Vigilante and skill. As we said, Strike has received that. Gather skill or Vigilante characters to locate the source of the signal while cleaning up the streets of the Fallen Dimension. Minimum requirements: 5 Vigilante or skill hero, skill city, skill global, skill cosmic characters. And recommended is gear tier 17 characters are highly recommended. Vigilante characters at gear tier 17 are recommended. And note, this event is very challenging. We will see whether that is true or not when this event launches. We also have from the Datamines coming soon, Return of the Shadow King. Earn upgrades to help you counter the Shadow King trials. So this is a little milestone event leading up to the Shadow King trial, which means it is coming back fairly soon. Gain progress in this event by earning Shadow Orb fragments from ISO 8 nodes, earn fantastic rewards, and prepare for the Shadow King trials. Good luck, Commander. This is probably coming not next week, but the week after. And we have some huge news where Professor X saga is concerned. Today, the dialogue file updated in the Datamines, and absolutely loads of dialogue for the Professor X saga. Going to try and find some of the nodes for it and that and see if they are in the files as well. Obviously, this is only a week and a bit away at the moment. So we have some requirements or some more information on the bosses here. And it seems like there is a tutorial for the bosses, so maybe something comes up on screen in the dialogue for this. But Nimrod's army of sentinels protect him. Defeat the highlighted Orcus sentinel to expose Nimrod. Once Nimrod takes enough damage, a new sentinel will arrive to protect him. And basically what it looks like on this is once you are able to kill all the sentinels that are protecting him, Nimrod will be able to be taken down properly. Gladiator, which is the next boss, he will take 2 turns at once and gains speed whenever damaged. Once he has lost half his health, his every attack grants him rage. Now, rage is the mechanic that we have in Battle World on the Null boss, and each instant of rage increases Gladiator's damage and speed. That's going to be tricky, I think, guys. That is going to be a very, very tricky character to get around. Shadow King. He's going to summon duplicates of your allies, and once summoned, he becomes stealthed and takes reduced damage. You've got to defeat all the summons to expose Shadow King and damage him before he summons again. This sounds absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to get my teeth into this Professor X saga. And last but not least, we have Dark Xavier. According to the tutorial part of this, Dark Xavier cannot be damaged through normal means. When all of his allies are defeated, his energy falters and loses health, and you've got to defeat all of Dark Xavier's psychic manifestations to earn victory. This is absolutely huge. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of all this from the Professor X saga. And so that is it for this week's Alliance briefing. Thank you everyone that has joined me today. And if this has been of any help to you, please do consider giving the video a like. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more content. Don't forget those content creators that we have included in the Signal Boost. Go to their channel. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. It keeps them making content. And that is important because this community is one of the great things about this game. I'll see you in the next video. And until next time, everyone, stay positive.